up, everybody, and welcome to Team Amazian's Speak Nerdy to Me. My name is Campea, one half of Team Amazian, and joining me is...
the other half, Kaori Take.
And as you can see, our setup is already a little bit different for this week of May 26th because we have one microphone, two chairs, two people, one camera. My husband decided to take all the equipment, so we are going to do this very nice and very kind of home style.
Yeah.
So, yes.
And we didn't want to not have our show.
For sure.
The show must go on, especially if it's going to be Amazian like this one.
Of course. So listen and learn how we do it with one mic and one camera. So for those of you who are joining us for the first time, this is our weekly show where we talk about all the latest headlines from movies, from TV, from video games, tech, whatever. If we like it, we're going to talk about it. And so we've picked a lot of topics for this week. So we're going to go get started.
All right, let's rock.
Okay, so the first topic we have is the box office numbers for this past weekend. Because as you know, X-Men Days of Future Past came out, as well as Blended.
Yeah, what happened with that one?
I don't know that anyone's seen that, but we did want to talk about the 4-day weekend box office numbers, and Days of Future Past actually made $110.6 million.
That's a ridiculous amount of numbers, but I am not surprised. It was a highly, highly anticipated movie.
A long weekend, too. Holiday weekend for us here in the States, so I think that had to do with it. People had an extra day off. They could go see it, and I think that actually counts in the box office number as well.
And they also didn't have much challenging as well, other than Godzilla, but Godzilla was already out by like a week ahead by that time. So,
are you saying Blended wasn't going to make as much money as Days of Future
look,
Past?
Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore, they can do their thing, but it ain't no Hugh Jackman. No Hugh Jackman.
So according to Box Office Mojo, this by these numbers, X-Men Days of Future Past will surpass The Wolverine to become the highest grossing X-Men movie ever. Pretty cool.
That's pretty cool, and I believe it. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
But I really want to see it a second time because I have a feeling I would like it more if I saw it a second time.
I will second what you just said because I have seen it a second time, and honestly, it just gets better for me. So we hope you guys enjoyed the film. I'm sure many of you watched it. Let us know what you thought of X-Men Days of Future Past, whether you liked it or not, and are these numbers shocking to you? I mean, did it make more or less than what you thought? Because I'm reading mixed reviews about the numbers. Some people are saying, yes, it definitely made more than we had expected, but a lot of people thought maybe it would be at the Avengers level.
Yeah.
So let us know. And also, talking about movies that make a lot of money, Frozen is still making a shit ton of money.
Frozen.
And so the reason I bring this up is because it's reached $1.2 billion, and it's now the 5th highest grossing film ever.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
I like Frozen, but I'm actually really shocked that it's doing so excessively well. I'm happy that it is. I have no what the fuck, why is it doing like this? But I'm just really surprised.
Me too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wonder if even Disney knew they were going to make this. This is a cash cow right here, and it continues to make money. And it just surpassed Iron Man 3, I think. So it's just behind 2 of James Cameron's films, Titanic and Avatar.
Yeah.
And then you got Avengers, and then you got Harry Potter, the last one.
Oh my gosh.
So I mean, think about it, and it's still making money, which means there's a really good chance it will beat Harry Potter.
Yeah, I mean, I know that in Asia it is a huge movie over there. Even before it got released in Asia, they had bootlegs all over the place. So by the time it got into theaters in China and Japan and all that stuff, they've all already seen it, and they were just so excited. So it's a huge deal, and I wonder if this 1.2 billion is a big portion of it is Chinese people.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this, because I think it was this past weekend that Miss Kaori showed me the cutest picture I've ever seen of her niece from Disneyland.
She's so cute.
And she's dressed in a beautiful Frozen gown. And I want to know, I mean, according to how old is she?
She's 4 years old in a week.
Okay, so from your interaction with your 4-year-old niece, why do you think people love this movie?
I think it's the fact that she has a beautiful dress. That's one thing. And the fact that the song's very, very catchy. And it's got a nice story that's not too difficult to follow. And it's also, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it's not your typical love story, right?
Right.
Like, basically, in all Disney movies, it's only true love that gets, heals everything. There's a twist to this true love, and it's a really good story. It's really cute. It's very traditional, but at the same time, it's very different. Also, the original Frozen, obviously, the Ice Queen, she's supposed to be evil. So, I don't know. It's a great adaptation of this.
Yeah.
It makes complete sense why it's doing so well, but it is still shocking that 1.2 billion. My goodness.
I think it might be Harry Potter, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, it's only been around for maybe 8 months.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe less than that. But yeah, you're right. So we'll see. Congratulations to Disney for that one. I'm really sure nobody knew that was going to happen. So very cool stuff. Speaking of Disney movies that kind of have a twist, last night, John and I had the opportunity to go to the premiere for Maleficent, starring Angelina Jolie. And that's actually coming out this weekend. I know Kaori is very excited to see this. And so were we. So I wanted to talk briefly, without giving away too much. I just wanted to touch on what we thought of the movie, and in particular, actually, me. And I did tell you this morning, because I think you asked me, how was it? And you can see it on my notes here. I say, watch it for Angelina. Really, see it because of her. This is probably one of my most favorite performances that she's ever done. She was born to play this role.
Okay.
She is Maleficent. She's gorgeous, and she just... There's more heart in this movie that I get from her than I think I've ever seen from her before.
Okay.
And without giving too much away, you see a lot of different emotions from her character. And surprisingly, because since we know Maleficent to be just the evil queen, one of the best evil queens that exists in the Disney universe, they do play a different tune for her, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So go in it with an open mind, if I had any advice.
Well, thanks for the advice.
Yeah.
But I like to read the reviews because we knew that the red carpet premieres come out slightly sooner than the actual movie comes out for the mass of the audience. I was reading about it, and it's not doing too well.
It's not.
The critics are just like, what the duck, right? And,
yeah.
But that doesn't change my want to see it. I do plan on seeing it, but however, it does make me wonder if I should wait till it comes to my TV screen.
That's a good question. I'm not one to steer. Well, okay, let's put it this way. If you're a huge fan of Angelina Jolie, definite see.
Okay.
Definite go out, buy the ticket. If you're not and you're just interested in the story, perhaps, I would wait on it.
So I might end up waiting just because movie prices are very expensive.
Agreed.
And I would actually rather see X-Men again to really assess than what people are saying about Maleficent and judge for myself once it comes out to my TV.
It's a good point.
But we'll see.
It's a good point. So you guys, if you go out and see Maleficent this weekend, I'm sure many of you will. Let us know what you think. Let us know if Kaori should go and spend money to get tickets to see it.
Big screen, smash.
Yes, agreed. And also coming out this weekend before we move on is A Million Ways to Die in the West. We just wanted to make sure that we pointed out that this is also coming out in competition to Maleficent. So if you are looking for a nice Disney story, or if you're looking for a crazy comedy like Ted, I think there's a good plethora or good spectrum of movies that are coming out this weekend.
Yeah. A Million Ways to Die in the West seems like the kind of movie you would need to get high for. Not that I get high, but it seems like it.
Have out of the two, which one would you see if you had to see one?
Looking at both of the reviews, which both aren't doing too well, they both seem mutually like TV movies. So I would probably be inclined to watch Maleficent more.
Yeah.
Only because comedy is kind of, more interchangeable.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, I agree. That's a good point. And Maleficent is one of those movies you could probably turn the sound off and it still looks stunning.
Oh, see, well, there.
So, yeah, based on that and what you said, I think I would go with Maleficent too. But I haven't seen, well, I'm sure I'm going to go see A Million Ways to Die in the West. So,
Yeah.
we'll see. But enjoy the movie weekend. There's still good movies out. Days of Future Past, like you said, and a few others, Godzilla, if you haven't seen it. So let us know what you're seeing this weekend.
Don't forget Blended. No, I'm just kidding.
And Blended. And I actually met somebody that watched it and liked it.
Oh.
It was the girl who did my hair for the premiere.
But did she like, does that chick also like all Adam Sandler rom-coms?
I think so. You know what? My next question to her after she said she liked it and she laughed her ass off was, do you like Adam Sandler? And to which she said, yes.
There you go.
So that could be it.
She's like Happy Gilmore all the way.
I know. I watch that every day when I wake up.
She's like Big Daddy.
All right. Well, cheers to him too, because I think the movie actually made some, well, it didn't make a ton of money, but people actually went and saw it. So we still got some following, right?
And don't forget John Hamm, Million Dollar Arm.
Yes.
Yes.
That's right. We still need
That's
to see
one
that
I
too.
want to see.
I heard that's worth
I
seeing.
think I would rather see that over Million Ways to Die in the West. And
That's a good point.
possibly Maleficent. But, okay.
All right, so let's move on to the small screen. We've got quite a few TV news headlines we pulled. One is MasterChef premiered this week.
Yay! Anne and I are both huge foodies, and we love this show.
Yes.
We do have an after show coming up along with our friend Ryan.
Yes. So that was the graphic for our after show.
Yeah, he created that, didn't he?
Yes. Nice
Go
job.
Ryan.
Nice job.
So he is also the guy who helps the scavenger hunt chicks. So you might have redeemed yourself with that graphic.
I don't know, but okay. I don't know about that. But check it out. We will have an after show. We'll start with episode 2, but we'll also have episode 1 coming this coming week. And if you watch it, follow it. Let us know who your predictions are and all that good stuff. So it'll be on, actually, it will probably be on my channel instead of John's.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Look out for it either on John Camp or the Movie Blog TV channel or and Campea, which is more food related stuff. So we'll let you guys know. Also, in terms of TV, this week, and I don't know that you watched the show, so now I'm thinking
I don't.
you might not have much to say about this.
Yeah, when you sent me this article, I was like, oh.
So details came out on some further details on the upcoming True Detective season 2. They had an interview with the creator who was saying, oh, for this season, we're going to have actually 3 characters instead of 2 leads. It's going to be in California, that kind of stuff. So a lot of changes for this season. Perhaps changes that will help you to be interested in it.
Well, I think I just need to give it another chance.
It really, to be honest, it really wasn't for everybody. I mean, there were maybe 70% of the people I knew that watched it, and 30% that were like, this is just too weird or too slow or whatever.
Well, see, the thing with me is I'm obsessed with, like, if you know the channel Investigation Discovery, I'm obsessed with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh my gosh, True Detective is going to be right up my alley. But yes, it was too slow for me. It was too mild. I hear that it gets much better.
It does.
But I didn't wait for that. I was like, all right, back to unsolved mysteries and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
No, I agree. I mean, I think it was episode 3 or 4 that really people were like, holy crap, okay, this is taking a turn. Matthew McConaughey's character is out of the interview box that he's been in for the first 3 episodes, you know?
Maybe I should just
So those were the kinds of things.
Start at 3.
It might be more interesting, though, and it'll be interesting to see if they cast well-known people for these 3 roles, or are they going to go a different route and just cast nobodies? We'll see.
And it's hard to top, Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey as a duo. That's going to be very tough to match because already those 2 alone were what intrigued me to start watching it in the beginning. For
sure. I'm sure a lot of people, that was the reason why. So that's a good point. So we'll see. Let us know what you guys think on the True Detective. Little snippets of information we got for those of you that are chomping at the bit for more. I'm sure more information on the season 2 will be coming. So let's talk about Marvel Netflix, because there was a few things that happened over this week and the past weekend.
Hello.
One was the casting of Charlie Cox in Daredevil, which is the Marvel Netflix show, which I think they ordered like 13 episodes for. And interesting one that Marvel is going the Netflix route. I wonder if they are just taking a leap of faith to see if Netflix is one of those things that their show can survive on. A lot of shows are doing that, though.
I really like the Netflix original series idea, or how they just throw 13 episodes at you. I think it's a lot more convenient. I actually love Orange is the New Black. I like how they did that also with, obviously, House of Cards. I just think it's a really convenient way to tune in, because especially now that we have DVRs, but we have to wait for the next one every week by week, where this is like, yo, here you go. Just have a marathon or do whatever you want. I really like it. I think it's the future, to be honest with you. I think that that's eventually the way that we're about to go.
Yeah. And I think if this is successful, if Charlie Cox does a good job being Daredevil, better than Ben Affleck, then Marvel will probably look into doing more of these types of series on Netflix and have that partnership.
Didn't he meet Jennifer Garner on Daredevil?
Yes.
I'm like, okay, there was one good thing.
There was a reason. There was the stars needed to align in the universe for them to at least meet, get married, and now they have beautiful children and stuff. So
just like Geely was the other.
Oh God. He did have like some thing, like a lot of actors get this, like where they tend to date who they co-star with. And he eventually married both of them.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah. Fortunately, they're all still together. But
yeah.
Also, the news broke that Drew Goddard had stepped down as the showrunner and that he'd be replaced by Spartacus's creator, Stephen DeKnight.
Which it's not a bad move.
I think so, too. I'm excited for that. I think he's going to do great. And maybe he'll bring one of the more gritty dynamic to the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll see. Congratulations to Charlie Cox. Cox. And we move on before we digress even further.
We like it.
Okay, so also on TV news, and this could kind of go in tech too, but there's a story that's out there about LeVar Burton, who launched a Kickstarter campaign to bring Reading Rainbow to the web.
Why does that look like porn?
It kind of does.
It does, right?
But I'm pretty sure this was like one of the graphics they used. So this is like not like somebody made this on Photoshop. This is what they would show on TV when he would be on there. So,
boom, chicka, bow, wow, wow.
So LeVar Burton is hoping to bring this show back. Obviously, I grew up watching it on PBS. I don't know if you did, but it was definitely part of my childhood.
But it wasn't by like, I really want to see this. It was just it's on. It's after Sesame Street. Why not? You know?
Yeah, that was really it. That was the timing. That was the timing of the show. You would watch Sesame Street, and then you would watch Reading Rainbow, and that's just the way it went. And you would always remember the tune at the beginning, and everyone, I think, can sing it. So it's kind of cool, though, because since Reading Rainbow, LeVar has done so much good in terms of, getting books out there to kids and all this stuff. So this is just an extension of him carrying on kind of that message of the importance of reading and stuff.
Yeah, I like that. I like how he's bringing the old school into this new generation, because the new generation, not to sound like an old lady, but they're losing a lot of information because technology is really giving it to them right away. So I really hope this Kickstarter works out for him and us.
And it has, because when I initially looked up the Kickstarter, when I pulled this a few days ago, it was well below 1 million, which was the goal. This morning when I read it, over $2 million.
Woo woo!
Yes.
Literacy.
So Reading Rainbow is coming back, y'all. Y'all gonna learn how to read. Yeah. Good for him, though. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good cause and everything.
Make a new graphic, but other than that,
What do you mean you don't like this?
It's just like bow, chicka, bow, bow.
Doesn't turn you on to reading at all.
It's like, how's that book gonna stand up?
So let's go from one sexy character, LeVar Burton, to another sexy character. We're gonna talk about Game of Thrones.
Yeah. So there's 2 Game of Thrones nude things. There's a rumor that Dany, in the beginning we saw a lot of her naked. We saw her getting boned by chicks and her husband at the time. But the rumor has it that now she will not go nude. Like, she refuses to go nude. Una Chaplin, who played Robb Stark's pregnant wife, the one that died in the Red Wedding, she says one of her co-stars, and she wouldn't mention who, but everyone suspects it was Dany, was like, no, not gonna go nude anymore. No, I'm done. So people think it's Dany because we haven't seen her nude in a long ass time.
That's right. That was just that one scene, right, where she was topless and that was it.
She had a couple of like in the beginning, man. Season? She was just like getting from the back and from the side and lefts and on a horse, whatever, you know. But now, if you notice, it's like we don't even know if she really had sex with Dario, right?
No, I know what you mean.
So she's like, oh, now that I am Targaryen queen and Sarah Connor at the same time, I'm not cool with it. But that's a rumor, so.
I had to laugh when you sent me that because, you know, multiple times you and I have commented on her acting ability and how it just hasn't grown. Yeah. And the fact that the article says this person doesn't want to go nude because they want to focus on their acting or want people to see how well they can act, not their naked body, just makes me laugh. It's kind of the irony of what we talk about. And
yeah, so we'll see if that's the case. If we see her naked, she will prove the articles wrong. Also, speaking of Dany and Dario, the new Dario, whose ass we saw in the previous Game of Thrones, has been offered to pose in Playgirl. I don't even know if I ever picked up a Playgirl. It's kind of weird looking at guys naked.
To be honest, I don't think I have either.
Yeah, no. I Playboy before Playgirl, but yeah, you know, I mean, I'm all about the deck, but yeah.
I think seeing his butt was good enough. I don't know that I'd be interested to shell out, what is it, probably like $8 for an issue now to see his wang.
Yeah, schlong.
I don't know that do you think he'd even do it? That's the question.
If he's not getting that Dario time, probably, maybe. Because, I don't know, Game of Thrones is you live and you die right away.
That's true. And he could make a good dollar off of that
And
issue.
Also depends if he's read the books about his fate on Game of Thrones.
Oh,
we don't know. I'm not saying anything. Yeah, but that's about it.
Okay, cool. So that will wrap it up for our TV news for this week. We're going to move on to our dating question of the week, which has to do with, does a break in a relationship really work? I like this question, and I think I had recently read an article about it, which is why I wanted to bring it up here. Do you want to start?
Sure. I think that I don't believe in breaks. I think for the most part, 95% of the time when you go on a break with somebody, it doesn't work. We were actually talking with your friend, and she had some really good points that I wanted to point out that, well, vicariously through her. One is that a break tends to be your passive-aggressive way of, let's break up, but let's let it fizzle. And I think that also when you go on a break, it's just really bad because suddenly your relationship becomes gray. And it's never safe, never comfortable to be in the gray area. So most of the time, if you are going to go on a break, you should be prepared to know that you will probably lose this person, especially if you don't give it a timeline. And it's got to be less than like 30 days. So I don't believe in breaks. It's either on and you work things out, or it's off and you don't work things out. You can't be like, hey, look, you kind of suck balls, so come back to me in a couple of weeks when you're better. It's just not fair.
I was a, what do you call it?
Monogamous break?
No, I was a notorious breaker. And it's an ugly habit that selfish people make. And I am putting myself out there saying that I was always that person in a relationship. And it was for selfish reasons. And so you're right. It's really just when either a person doesn't know. For me, it was like, I don't necessarily want to let you go. I like the convenience of having you when I want you back. You know, so you go on a break.
That's what it feels like as well. You know, I've been put on the other end, and it hurts because you're thinking, so this person is saying, I'm waiting to see if there's someone better, and if not, you're always going to be there on that break.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. And then I look at myself and think, gosh, I can't believe that was me.
Bad baby.
But you know, it's horrible. To the point of the question, does a break in a relationship really work? I will say 90% of me thinks no, 10% of me thinks yes, because I have seen that small percentage of people who have gone on a break for real legitimate reasons. Perhaps somebody wanted to finish school, somebody wanted to achieve a milestone in their life or their career before they decided that they would be ready to be with that person. And that's not to say that they are completely broken up when they're on this break. They're still constantly showing that they want to be in the relationship. And that's how a break would work in my mind.
I agree.
Is that there's still a constant effort to the other person, or reciprocal, of course, that at some point you will get back together and this is going to work.
Yes. And that's also really hard that there's a fine line to keep that person comfortable with where the situation is, especially when you're in the break, because you're suddenly in the gray area. So most part, I don't think it works.
Yeah.
I don't think it's effective.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah, it's a really good question, Anne.
Are you a breaker like me? Oh.
No, you ain't no breaker.
Not anymore.
No. Reformed.
But yeah, what do you guys think? I mean, or have you guys gone through this? Let us know. We want to know your experiences. Helps us learn too.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to tech news.
Okay.
Talking about people who are... no, just kidding.
This is a really weird one when I read this, but go ahead.
So, you ever, like wonder what somebody's doing? I don't know, complete stranger in China or somewhere.
The truth is I haven't, but okay.
So think about this new app that they've created. It's called 20-Day Stranger app. And basically how it works is that this app will connect you with a complete stranger on the other side of the world using your mobile device. And the actual intent of it, when I read it, sounds kind of cool. Now, whether it's going to be misused, we can't predict that. Obviously, things like chat roulette and Snapchat are perfect examples of misuse of an app whose intent was to make people socialize in a fun way, right? So the Dalai Lama Center for Ethics and Transformative Values launched this iPhone app. And basically, you sign up, and I actually signed up knowing that I don't have an iPhone.
Oh, cool.
Because I thought it'd be really cool, but they're not going to pick me because I don't have an iPhone. So that's
maybe I
number
should sign
one.
up
Maybe you should sign up and let me use your iPhone.
Yeah.
So basically, you'll connect with an anonymous stranger for 20 days. And so there are certain things in the app that will allow you to kind of get a feel of what they do on a day-to-day basis, like so-and-so is going to work or whatever. You won't know the name of the person. You'll just know, for example, that this person, X person, went to work, went to the park, went to the movies, whatever. And it really just kind of gives you a feel of what they do in their life. And if you get synced up with somebody that's interesting, and not to say that we're all not interesting in our own way, but if you get synced up with somebody that, I don't know.
You find interesting.
Exactly. It's like really cool to kind of live vicariously through them without actually having to leave your comfort zone.
Right. And I mean, I think it sounds a little creepy, but the intention, because it comes from the Dalai Lama, is obviously for a spiritual connection with a complete stranger. So I really might sign up for this.
I think you should.
I think I should.
And I think they would be really interested to see in the 20 days what you do.
Yeah, I think so too. And I want to backtrack a little bit because you mentioned how Snapchat is changed.
Yeah, go for it.
Of course, that's going to be different. Think about it. An image, I guess, deleted the moment you see it. What kind of images are you going to send? I'm just saying, like.
But the worst part is people don't realize it's not actually deleted. And if that's a surprise to you right now, I'm sorry.
But they did upgrade it to say, like, if the user saves that picture, you get alerted. Not that matters, because they have it, but.
Screenshot it. But I mean, it's on your phone too. So it's like people think like, oh, it's not on my phone anymore.
I just don't understand Snapchat. People talk about it all the time. Like, it's kind of fun. I'm like, what's the fun of not being able to keep a picture or a memory?
The only cool thing I thought, well, I used to use it until I think it got hacked and I deleted it.
Oh. Excuse you.
Was.
Uh-oh.
At work. That's it.
Oh.
I mean, I like as if somebody from work watches this, but, doing something monotonous at work or whatever, like
that's smart.
Data entry or something. Then you take a picture and you like draw or whatever.
Yeah.
And you send it over and you laugh for a second and that's it.
Oh, I see.
That's the only thing I thought.
Okay.
No dick pics or whatever from.
I thought about that. I was like,
you thought about taking dick pics?
Yeah. Not of me, but whoever hangs out with me, be careful. No, I'm just kidding. You might get Snapchatted.
Oh, I think
Totally kidding.
I think your Snapchat, fictitious Snapchat account just got like
I know.
thousands of likes right now or follows or however it works. Okay, so let's move on to this article that you actually sent me, AT&T Digital Life. Did you wanna talk about it?
Sure. I mean, I think it's really smart. I actually watched this on like KTLA 5, and then I decided to send this over.
Yeah.
But basically, it's like a security system, and it just shows how far tech has gone, because it's a very, very convenient way of keeping track of your household, what's going on in your household, unlocking doors, having webcams, all that kind of stuff, and you don't even have to be around, really.
Yeah.
So, wow. And this is really interesting for me, because I've been wanting to get a dog cam and seeing what kind of ruckus Wakame does when I'm not around.
So cute.
I know. I come home sometimes and like the trash is just annihilated, and I just want to see her do that. And one day walk in and be like, bitch.
There are like doggy cams, right? So why this? Because do you also want the added security to your home?
Okay. I think so. I think that it's a great idea, and just the idea of knowing that you can kind of do things when you're not around, it kind of brings you comfort, doesn't it?
Yeah, I agree. Is this that commercial where they show the kids show up to the parents' place and the dad's like, oh, so you remember to lock the door or whatever he asked the kid, and he's like, yeah, we took care of it, but then you show the home and everything's still on. Is that the same device or the same
I don't know
system? Oh, maybe you haven't seen that commercial.
Yeah, I like to fast forward.
I think it is, because then he just clicks something on his mobile device and everything kind of shuts off and everything locks.
Yes.
So if that's the same thing, then this is actually really cool.
It is really cool. However, it's that price point again. Convenience brings more money.
Yeah, you have to pay for it.
Yeah, it said, what does it say? 3-pack of recessed contact sensors, $29 a month, plus $150 for equipment installations. And then there's like the smart security, which is even higher, so that's $40 a month, and $250 for equipment installation.
And then there was a whole list of like add-ons that you could do too.
So it's like, oh, do I want to keep going to the gym, or do I want to use this thing? You gotta make your choices.
I think if you have a home, like maybe you have several kids or whatever, I don't know, maybe the security systems nowadays are far more expensive than this. Maybe this is actually considered pretty cheap. I don't know too much about them, but I'm sure there's a price point for everybody that would make them think twice about getting this. So.
That's true. True. Alrighty.
Sweet. So let's talk video games.
Okay, let's talk video games. Yes, there's quite some few, but wanted to pick out a couple. The Wolf Among Us Season 2, Episode 4. It came out for most of you guys 2 days ago. It came out for me yesterday because I'm on the iOS. I haven't been able to play it, but I'm hearing really, really good things about it. Very excited to be playing that. And this is just a quick wrap-up, so I just wanted to mention that. Also, Mario Kart 8 is coming out tomorrow. It is going to be exciting. As you guys know, Wii U is hoping that this is going to be the game changer for them. I'm really excited. There's a lot of memes coming out already with that. That's pretty cool. And then
are you picking it up?
I want to, but only if you come over and play with me.
Yeah, I was wondering where my invite is.
Kind of a lonely game.
Okay, let me know.
Okay. And Wakame's like, yeah, where's that Ann girl?
Just like that, right?
Yeah,
so she could like do that.
Like, what up, nigga?
And fart.
Yeah, she's so cute. And then Watchdog, it came out a couple days ago. I'm hearing completely mixed reviews about this. I'm hearing a lot of good things about it, but then I'm also hearing not a lot of good things about it.
Interesting.
Ryan likes it, our friend, but then I'm hearing other people saying it's not that great. I think it's hard to top that kind of world when GTA 5 did so well with it.
Yeah.
One thing I heard about it that I want to mention is that the weird thing is you can't break windows with guns, and that's the most basic of things in video games, especially at this level of technology in video games. So I don't know if I heard correctly, so sorry if I'm wrong, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's weird. There's like
so glitches. You can't break windows at all, or just with guns?
With guns.
So maybe you could break it with like a tech device or something?
Well, but why would you not be able to pop up a car
I have no idea.
With guns? I mean, that's no longer a video game. That's just unreal. That's funny.
Yeah, that is weird.
But yeah.
Okay,
That
well,
was my quick wrap up.
let us know if you guys have played any or are planning to pick up Mario Kart 8 or have you played Watchdog and
We
you
gotta
know how to
play.
break the windows with a gun?
Child of Light.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's
And
go
that's
play.
coming as well.
Yeah.
So let us know what you guys think
Mm-hmm.
of the video game wrap up for this week.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's move on to our favorite installment. I just realized we don't have any Zac Efron news again.
Oh my god.
What is happening?
Are we growing up? Sam.
I feel like as you're talking about your crush, I'm going to look up something about Zac Efron.
the
So
thing is, I think Zac Efron needs to Snapchat me. No, I'm just kidding. Totally kidding.
and that's the only time she would say yes to dick pics.
Oh, don't worry, that's not the only time. Silence. Okay, so
Let's
do
move
I?
on to the, I'll start
Oh, okay.
with my man crush, who is Mr. Hugh Jackman.
Oh, that's a good choice, woman.
He's hot.
He is.
Um,
He seems like a really nice guy too.
yes, I was trying to find like some really cool facts about him, and I found a few. But why? Because he just seems like the guy you want to hang out with all the time. Like here's a really quick, weird, funny story. John had told me after we saw Days of Future Past about how, you know, gosh, all these ladies are probably staring at him when he's naked and then looking over at their husbands or boyfriends and being like, what the fuck, you know? So that was kind of the anecdote he told on Facebook, and to which I replied because he said, you know, it's okay, honey, you could sleep with Hugh Jackman, it's fine. To which I said, you know what? I don't know that I would want to. It's more like I think I would just want to like hang out with him for a day.
Like, what?
Well, okay. So
Let's be real. John, don't
Yeah.
watch this.
So yeah, he just seems like super nice, super cool. I've read everything I've read about him. He's super genuine. He's multi-talented. He sings, he dances. We saw him dance a few times on the award shows and stuff. He's even dabbled in wrestling.
Yes.
You remember that match? And he's Wolverine. So why wouldn't I pick him?
Yeah. Why wouldn't you him?
Hang out with him, okay?
Hang out with him. True.
All right,
Good
so who's
choice.
your man crush?
My man crush is Joel from The Last of Us. He's pretty hot.
He kind of looks like Hugh Jackman, too.
Yeah, you know what? This is because now they're doing that live action that they're preparing for the movie. We're still curious to see who they are going to cast as Joel. But the reason why I picked Joel was because I have started playing my expansion pack for Left Behind Us has finally been working because my brother was here this weekend and he's a tech guru and he fixed it for me. So I've been playing The Last of Us expansion, which is nice, but not so nice because you play Ellie, and Ellie is she's fine, but she's not Joel. So I started missing Joel, and that's why he's my man crush, because he's badass, he's hot,
He's hot.
he's heartbroken, and he knows what's up, you know, and he would
Nice.
protect me if I was in some kind of zombie or virus apocalypse. Hot.
That's really important.
Yes. He's hot.
All right, so we'll move on to our woman crushes, but I was going to say, if any of you have a man crush, let us know, but I feel like 90% of people who watch this are male.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure. If you have a man crush, let us know.
That's fine.
It's fine. You can let us know. So on to woman crushes. Mine's kind of weird. And I know you're seeing who
I'm
I
looking
picked.
at it, I'm
Yeah,
like-
you're looking who I picked because she's not necessarily a woman. She's 5 years old. It's Vivian Jolie Pitt.
She's cute though. She
She's
looks like Brad Pitt.
freaking adorable. And I know I'm kind of breaking the rules because obviously she is not yet a woman. And it's a little bit odd that I'm crushing on a 5-year-old, but I will say that the reason I picked her is because my favorite scene of Maleficent is the scene with her and her mother.
Really? Oh.
It's really adorable.
Oh, now I have to see it.
It's
in
really
theater.
adorable. I mean, I read the story in People magazine, I think it is, that when they cast her to play 5-year-old Aurora, you know, obviously perfect casting, being the daughter and everything, but all the family was there during the day they were going to shoot her scenes because they wanted to coach her and just in case she felt uncomfortable, you know. So there's in the scene, you know, she's running over to Maleficent, who's her mother in real life, and just to get her to run over. In the article, they're talking about how Angelina and Brad we're both like kind of on the side, like doing dances or, you know, like just going crazy. And all the brothers and sisters were trying to like make her like do what they needed to, she needed to do for the scene. So it's a good scene. And you can tell that Angelina, this is weird, but you could tell that she loves being a mother just from the emotion I get from this one scene.
Does she talk?
She does.
Oh.
That's what's...
It's a trip because you never hear her talk.
So cute.
Aww.
She says like 3 things, but it's adorable.
Okay, well, it's time for Maleficent.
That might be what sells you on watching the movie. So yeah, see it for 5-year-old Vivian.
Okay.
And your woman crush?
Oh, my woman crush is keeping in the world realm of gaming is this bitch, Peach bitch. She's so cute.
Pink.
She's pink and she's a badass. Look at her. She ties her hair back now when she's a fireball princess. She's so sweet. And I love the fact that her special powers for a lot of the games is floating. And she accelerates fast in Mario Kart. So that makes her great. And she makes really cute sounds like, oh, yeah, I'm the best. And she's so cute. I love her. I think even guys like to play her when they play Mario Party. Everyone wants to be Peach, even the dudes, because she's so lovable and hot. There's some sexy pictures of her. I won't go there because I just like her in those full-on dresses, but she's so cute. I love her. She's my pick.
That's a great pick. That's a great pick.
Thank you.
I actually loved both of your picks this week. Very cool. Okay, so that will do it for us. And I did not have a chance to look up Zac Efron news, so just know that Team Amazing still loves you very much.
Hot. Snapchat.
Very much. So that will do it for us. Kaori, where can people follow you if they want to chat with you?
You can find me at KAORIOUS on Instagram as well as Twitter, and Wakame is there as well.
Follow Wakame.
Wakame.
If just for the farts
Just
and
for
stuff.
Wakame. Oh,
yes.
So cute.
And the super fluff.
Yes, super fun.
And you guys can follow me on all the social media channels at Campea by my name. And you can follow the both of us at Team Amazing.
Team Amazing.
So thanks for putting up with our 1 camera, 1 mic, 2 girls. There's something really dirty about how that just sounded, but
2 girls and a knob. What?
And before this gets any further, you guys, we will see you next week for more Team Amazing fun.
Bye.